And okay, we're back. So you guys wanted to go north, is that correct?
Yeah, well, Cinder was going to check out the east room really quickly, and then we were going to go north.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's more or less similar. There's detritus in it. There's really nothing of import. Frankly, you guys should be able to see this.
So yes, to the north.
Oh my God, there are columns.
Come on, boy. Get all the way up there.
And just for the birthday girl, they're all naked guys.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Thank you for having a birthday.
But they've all taken a cold shower fairly recently, so...
Who cares?
Ick. Why would you do that to me?
So Matt just cock-blocked you.
Good. Which is unwise, because I am cock height, which means I could just punch you, and that would not be nice.
Do it, do it.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. Make sure you get the front though, because the back, the ass is very nice.
It might hit you back.
Ass is powerful. I will.
It's the ass of steel.
I will not punch the ass. I mean, unless he's into that sort of thing.
Probably would be, yeah.
Wait, what?
I
guess we can roll for it.
If you're into it.
I think you get to decide whether your own character is into bizarre ass fetishes.
Roll to see what kind of ass play format.
I think that it would make sense. Anyway, moving on. Quite possibly, literally. There is obviously another room to the north. It doesn't look like this actually was a real doorway that you guys are looking through. It looks like it was broken through probably quite some time ago. It's not a recent thing. You're reasonably sure that this is not something to do with the recent disturbance here.
We can see the two doorways on either side of this northern area, correct?
You can't see very far in them, but you can see that there are doorways, yes.
Okay, that was my question.
I thought you asked if you could see into them.
Oh, no. Just that we can see them.
Yes.
Do we see any purple light anywhere in the near vicinity?
No, you do not.
Well, that's like to be a good sign.
I don't know, I'd like some indication of where to go next.
Hey, let's go over there and kill it.
So, Aaron, it's been a long time since I've been here. Do I recognize any of this yet?
You kind of do, yeah. It's all fairly hazy. I mean, it's been quite a while, as you said. You think that generally the top levels is more for the family inhabitation, the family business areas. It's not really for the regular workers who work down in the mines below. This is for when merchants would come by to haggle over stock or stuff like that. They would upstairs is where they would be invited to be wined and dined as the same as other guests would be. So a lot of the upper area is nicer, or at least it was, and it's less less work oriented, I suppose. So, given what you remember about actually give me. Let's see how well you remember what's around here. Give me a straight up intelligence check in plus level.
Okay.
No actual background on this.
Oh.
It's pretty good actually. So nothing else on that? Just 3.
Yeah, 3 is my mod plus level.
You don't have an int score?
Nope. Wisdom, because I'm a cleric.
No, I know mechanically it's wisdom. It just seems really weird that the lore keeper doesn't have an intelligence score. But hey, no, it's just kind of funny. Okay, but 19. Do you think that right now you're kind of in the a lot of this area was used for entertaining. Like the room that you're in right now was kind of a ballroom slash.
She suddenly doesn't care.
Yeah, I guess ballroom is probably the best description for it. It was used to entertain bards or minstrels would be performing here. There would be dancing. Any other kind of exhibitionist thing would be in the room you're in right now. Moving on, the room to the north was more for the rooms to the side. You think were for like meetings, that sort of thing. Over where you originally came in, the area to the north, that was kind of the shrine area, which I can't ping on the map. Oh, I know I can't. Never mind. Over here was kind of the shrine area to the Allfather and to the dragons. They're kind of ecumenical in that respect. Not everybody was a follower of the Allfather.
Sure.
In that respect. But most of that was stripped out and taken when you guys left the holding.
Mm-hmm.
You think that the inhabited parts of it are probably over to the east to some extent. Yeah, probably to the north and the east from where you're at right now. The area, you do remember that the area down to the next level is to the northwest. We'll actually reveal that on the map, since Kato, you're pretty sure about that. The down to the ground level is up and to the left, and you can see it on the map now.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I'm going to move in here and sort of muttering to myself, but loud enough for everyone to hear, like, it's been a while since I've been here. I think the lower levels were the northwest passage, but I think the habitable sections were on the northeast. Or maybe that's the other way around, but I think it's the northeast, that kind of thing.
And so what are the rest of you doing?
I nod and say, after you.
Yeah. Lead the way.
So, leaving no stone unturned, let's check out this section over here.
Okay. Yoink.
I trust Bryn. I trust Bryn, but I have my bow ready just in case.
Okay. It's pretty well empty. You don't see anything in there. You don't really see any sign of anything in there, honestly. It looks like it's pretty much been abandoned since the holding was emptied.
Okay.
I noticed Tormac's reserve and loosened my bow as well. We don't know what's down here.
You should probably move your token up.
Thank you.
I move a little further north and sort of wistfully brush the statue as I pass by it.
Yeah, and despite what I was joking about earlier, these statues are basically patriarchs and clan leaders from ages past. None of them you recognize, but that was true even when you were here before. You had no idea who the hell these people were. The last time you were here, you were at an age where you just didn't really get. You were in that kind of teenage rebellion phase. And you're like, I don't care about family.
Which is where your intelligence score went.
Is smoking the 13th age version of weed and listening to stoner albums. Looking in the other one, it's actually it looks like this has been entered recently. The door, it's a new door that was placed over here. Let me ping. It's currently open right now, but when you look inside, and you can kind of see where it is, it looks like they probably kept prisoners here. You don't know if these were the hostage kind of prisoners, the ones they wanted to keep alive, or if they were the ones that were just going to be fed into the Chad Marag. But from the detritus, you can see that there's some empty leg irons, some manacles, some broken wooden bowls, the remains of wooden spoons and stuff like that on the ground. A bucket in the corner that, from the smell, you have a pretty good idea what it was used for. But it looks like but given the amount of detritus, you don't think that there were very many people in here.
We should go get our guy and put him in there.
You could.
Right.
It's better suited.
There is a new door. There is a lock on it. Granted, you don't have the key to the lock, but...
Nah, I'm a thief. I can figure that out. I'll break it and then we can barricade it.
You could.
Take the lock if they're breaking it.
Yeah. And break the lock and then put a new lock on.
No, I would get it locked and then break it so we could never open it again.
Yeah, knowing your luck, you probably would do that.
So the guy'd starve to death.
You'd close the door and you'd wink at it, and then that's it.
Oh god, if you winked at it.
It'd turn to stone.
Bro.
The room would collapse.
But it's hard to make a... Actually, let me get a perception check from everybody. Let's see how much you can glean from it.
Medicine.
Oh, that was kind of a bad one, kiddo.
Yeah, that was all background.
One of the blankets spoiled the cloth and got all over the...
I mean, granted, with background, it's pretty good, but...
Yeah.
You put them in there and get it all the way back in because she
I
will spit
did.
right back up.
Perception, intelligence, or wisdom? I always forget.
Wisdom.
Thank
Just
you.
in and right back
Back
out.
out. Yep, that's what
I'm
it
putting
does.
my background now. Hold on.
Ew, lots of yoga.
Are we all doing perception?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow, that also seems like it should be higher.
Are we doing perception plus something? I'm sorry, I've been dealing with stuff over here and I haven't been.
Perception is always going to be level plus wisdom plus background.
Okay.
Sorry, what were we rolling?
Perception.
18.
Is that really your level plus background plus modifier, Brandon?
Oh,
Well, you can add 3 to that if you want to add my highest background. I didn't know which background to pick.
Pick one that you think is going to be kind of a general perception one.
So add 3 to that. It's still 8.
Yeah, it's still crappy, but I'm just saying for future reference. So 18, 2 18s. Who was the other one? Tormac. Tormac and Cinder, you kind of poke around and look at it, and I mean, given Tormac's on occasion been in and out of jail himself, and Cinder's brought people to jail, so he's familiar enough with them. You figure that nobody's been in here for probably a few days, given the level of dust and dirt and how old the remains of the food and such in the bowls seem to be. It's probably at least 2 days. Could be as long as a week since somebody's been in here. But if you had to wager a guess, it's probably closer to the 2 days than the 7. Also, you figured that there's probably no more than 6 people in here, at most.
There
And-
were or are.
What was that?
There were no more than 6 people in there?
Yes, there could have been more, but it's exceptionally unlikely. It's more likely to be somewhere between 4 and 6 people that were kept in this room
Okay, gotcha.
at any given time.
Luana, meanwhile, is poking around at walls.
And I'm investigating a statue.
I'm standing on a statue.
At least that's all you're doing is standing on the statue.
Here, where are your hands?
Hey,
That's
I don't
the
have to divulge that information. Everybody's just keep standing away from me. You'll be fine.
She needs a moment. Maybe a long moment.
They could mend statues.
Come back in a little while.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, I have meandered to the end of the hall, or the end of the chamber there.
I've got to jump over to the other one over here.
if it is possible for a Warforged to roll its eyes, I do.
Hey. You just want me standing on you.
I don't think he cares either way. So we're heading north.
North, yes.
Alright. You look through and you see another passage with the hallway leading west and east.
I look over my shoulder and ask Bryn if he remembers this.
Vaguely. Not the specifics, just sort of the general.
Is there not a map in that tome you carry around?
Not one of this place, unfortunately. I do seem to remember the lower levels are to the northwest, and the living chambers are to the east. There might be worth going to the east just to see before we head deeper to see if anything of interest is there.
The chamber that we're standing in is nothing more than a hallway, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The vestibule, I suppose.
Okay. It might be worthwhile to see if there's anybody in the living quarters yet.
I'm curious, if they're zombies, is it still the living quarters?
Former.
Still is, yes.
It's such a shit joke.
Zombie.
It is all punish him later.
Hey,
Berries. Good music.
Alright, so you guys are going east. The hallway opens up into a bigger room. Close enough. You can see that from there is another hallway going south. You can see that there are a couple of doorways to the north and the east. The doors to both are closed.
this map once again being upside down for our benefit.
Yes, it is. I wish you'd stop pointing that out. It's not like I have a fucking cartographer on call.
I know.
That'd be nice, though.
It would.
It just amuses me when it happens.
Has the has the atmosphere changed any? Do we notice any noises or any different lights or anything like that?
The noises is hard to tell. You do see that there is light coming from the bottom of both of those doors.
Down here?
What color is the light?
No, over there, up here. It looks like a normal light. It is not a purple light.
The doors are closed, or?
Yes, there are doors. They are closed. I obviously I can't model that on the map, but yes, there are doors there that are closed.
That's fine. I look at Tormac. You want to do your sneaky thing?
Yeah, because that always works out.
Toe.
Eventually, you'll get it right.
Yeah, one
Buy
day.
enough lottery tickets, you become a millionaire.
Accident.
6 p.m.
So I sneak over to the next column.
But I thought it was
So, where do you suggest we go?
That's right.
So I can drop a wrench or something?
Wondering if that there was any noise behind that door that you might be able to glean.
There is no door to the south.
No, the door's up here.
Yes, the doors are to the north.
Okay.
The south is just a hallway.
So I follow the wall and creep up. And make my way to the door. And I quietly listen.
Give me a perception check.
$16.
It definitely sounds like there's something coming from behind there. You're not able to hear what it is, but it does sound like there is noise of some sort.
Is it bigger than a bread box?
You have no idea.
What does a bread box sound like?
Well, I mean, joking aside, I meant, can we... I shouldn't be asking these questions. I'm not listening. Never mind. Shutting up.
Can we tell if it's movement or just general?
It's probably movement.
I look at Tormac. How big does it sound?
Are we passing like baseball signs back and forth? Or...
No, right now.
I think you were flexing your ass at them in a prearranged pattern of signals.
It's like
Like a
Morse code.
firefly.
Yes, exactly.
Semaphore?
He's not able to do.
It's like Rudolph, except for ass cheeks.
Is it cancer?
It's lupus.
Big noise.
I shouldn't joke about that. The neighbor across the street died from lupus a couple weeks ago. But it's still a funny joke, so I'll tell it anyway.
So, does it sound humanoid or maybe like an animal or a creature of some sort?
That's a good question.
Aaron, can you imitate the sound that he hears on the other side of the door?
Oh, please.
Not sober.
Fair enough.
Where's the alcohol?
I'm already drinking, thank you. I've been drinking since before we started, so I'm on my
Obviously,
way.
I'm not doing my job.
Let's water margarita.
That is going to take a lot more for that for I can imitate the sound. No, it sounds like kind of thumping. It sounds like footsteps. You're not sure if it's a creature or if it is humanoid, but given the way the footsteps down, it's probably something with two legs.
Are there any markings on the door?
No, there are not. It is a relatively new door, though.
Just to explain to the rest of the group, the reason that I'm questioning the size is I'm still spooked about that giant thing that came for us last time.
Yeah, you think he's hiding down here?
The giant has wedged himself in. And no, Mary, I don't want a saltwater margarita.
What?
Am I missing something?
Oh,
Yes, you are. When we were at your wedding, we went to stay on the beach, and there was lots of alcohol involved, and I drank lots of alcohol. We went out into the ocean, and I don't remember what Mary was drinking, but it was in a plastic bottle. And this cap came off, and water got in, and I was handed to me, and I was told to drink. And I was not in a position at that point with my mind to say no. So I got a margarita that was half saltwater. Yes, exactly. And I have a sense
I am a terrible
every
person.
time it gets brought up. I remember vividly what it tastes like.
Terrible person.
Right then.
Yes, I won't disagree. You are a terrible person.
I refuse to take -2 to my rolls because of her.
No.
No, I'm not going to punish you. Not your fault. You didn't know any better. But now
Okay.
you do.
It's only his because he's the one who drank it.
I drank so much shit last night. I shouldn't be punished for the. You'd think I'd get shit for the really horrible flaming Dr. Pepper.
Oh. You didn't bring the PBR. That was Justin.
I drank. No, I didn't bring the PBR, but
You drank them.
I drank them. I drank 2 of them.
Bleh.
2 flaming Dr. Peppers, neither of which actually tasted like Dr. Pepper.
Would have been nice.
Yeah, would have. Anyway, moving on from my drinking misadventures in Florida, which I don't want to think about. Thank you.
That could be a book.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, moving on. It does not sound like anything really huge. It sounds like humanoid, probably 2 legs.
Okay.
Beyond that, it's kind of difficult to tell. So what will you do now?
What's to the north? Is it another door?
There's
Or...
another door, and there is light coming from the bottom of that as well.
Okay. Well, I sneak over.
This door seems it seems new, or relatively recent in any case. This is very heavily reinforced. It is not just banded in iron, but you can tell it's a very heavy wood that's been covered in iron. It's not something that would be very easily broken, and given even the way that the hinges are set up means that it's something that would be extremely difficult to get into.
Can I hear anything?
Go roll a perception check.
Ooh.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You know their names.
Wow.
Yes, you hear something from inside. And you hear well enough to realize that there are at least 3 people in there. Given the sounds of the footsteps and what's going on, you think that it's 3 actual people. One of them sounds like a woman. The other 2 are male. But beyond that, it's extremely difficult to hear very well through that thick door and all that steel and heavy wood. So you're not able to actually hear what they're saying, but you can just barely make out the faintest of their voices and the footsteps and kind of picking up and setting things down, that sort of thing.
Well,
While we're waiting for Tormac, can we tell, are these doors secured, or are they just closed?
Given what Tormac's seen, they are not just closed, they are secured. They are locked from the inside.
From the inside?
What a paranoid bunch. I mean,
I wonder why.
You're in a dwarven holding that very few people know exists. You're covered under snow. It's hard to find you. Nobody's been using this place in the past couple of 100 years, and you still lock the doors? It's not like you're in a bad neighborhood, guys.
It's like Canada.
Well, you've seen the kind of people that these guys associate with. Maybe they're not protecting each other from the outside, but from the inside.
Okay, that's fair.
Your logic. You just stop.
Cinder, if you've moved all the way up there, roll a stealth check.
There it is. Dex, I assume?
Yes. You're walking quiet.
Yeah. 24.
Okay.
I am a stealthy-ass robot.
Yeah, surprisingly so, yes.
Because that is like the 7th or 8th stealth check that I've just completely blown out of the water.
Yeah, it's weird, actually. You've general speaking, rolled better than Tormac has in terms of stealth.
Yeah, how about that?
Hey, maybe he was built for stealth.
Yeah, maybe Tormac needs a new token too.
It's because I have kittens for feet.
That explains it all.
That explains a lot.
I would think they'd be screaming every time you stepped.
All right. So what are you guys doing now? You examine the doors. You know that there is something behind both of them.
I motion for Cinder to stay where he's at. And I move back and tell Bryn what I've heard.
Oh, so the rest of us are chopped liver?
Well, I figure you'll hear it too.
Okay.
But since it's sort of Bryn's house here, I tell him what I've heard behind the doors and ask him what we should do.
So in a low voice, I try to say, well, I'm not exactly sure. If they're holding prisoners in there, this is our chance to get them out. But it could be anything behind those doors. Could be a garrison for all we know.
Maybe you should go in and tell them you own this place.
So I started listing off all the times we tried that. Remember that time when we tried to claim that we were the head of the new head of the fire wasps?
That didn't work.
Didn't work so.
Hey, it worked in the last dwarven hold that we were in.
So I turned to Delana and sort of say, do you have any inkling as to how to tackle this conundrum?
Well, if the doors are locked from the other side, it's not likely that these two rooms specifically contain prisoners. The question is whether or not they lead to other rooms. However, Bryn, did you not say that there were living quarters down to the south? Or more living quarters in this direction?
Aaron,
Right.
to my memory, would this area be the living quarters or behind these doors
This would
leading
be part of
previously?
This would be part of the mass.
So this would be part of the former living quarters.
Do we know what's down the hall to the south?
No, you guys haven't gone far enough to see what's farther to the south.
Does Bryn remember?
Shall I sneak down there?
I don't recall specifically.
Yeah, Bryn doesn't. At this point, Bryn, I've pretty much told Bryn everything that he remembers about this.
Do you think we should poke our noses down south just to see what's there and then come back to this room?
I kind of do. I don't want anybody coming up behind us.
I heard you laughing, Bella.
I can't help it. I think we should go. If we can get there. Are we concerned that any noise we make can be heard through the doors? Is that...
It's unlikely, given how well these doors are reinforced. You probably don't want to go with a brass band or anything. But
No
just
one tip Cinder over.
yeah, just walking around is probably not going to call any undue attention unless you're incautious.
You may have described this, but how much light is there down here? Like where we're at right now?
More or less none. The light is what you're carrying.
Oh my.
While you were listening, were you able to tell, you heard walking around, was it in a general direction or just kind of walking around?
On the door to the east, he wasn't able to tell. The door to the north, it's just kind of general walking around.
More importantly, there's a lady back there.
Which means they're probably boobs.
Is there a keyhole he can wink through?
Go.
I'm pretty sure that I'm in love with her.
That's something that Tormac really kind of overlooked for all he was paying attention to what was on the other side. There was no there was no handle, there was no keyhole.
Oh.
There was nothing on that.
On either one?
So, Bryn, is there any
No,
place...
the door to the right, it's more or less a conventional door. The door to the north was the one covered in steel. Was not. It didn't have a keyhole. You could tell it was locked from the fact that you just couldn't push it open. But it doesn't seem like there's any way to easily open it. There's
Bryn?
not even a handle or a doorknob.
Can I find some flowers down here that I can go knock and to the lady?
You might have to go back outside for the flowers, and given that it's winter, probably not.
How convoluted is it? Does Bryn know how convoluted the structure is? Is there paths going back around? Is there maybe a back entrance to some of these rooms?
Given what Bryn knows about the place, no, there's not. Not to these rooms.
Because we all like back entrances, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't really?
I could probably name one or two people, but
They are wrong.
they're boring.
We don't associate with those types of people around here.
Hell no.
So, Delana, it's in your opinion that so you'd like to check down the south hallway to make sure no one gets up behind us before we go further? Does that make sense?
And give us more of an idea of what we're looking at. Yeah, I'd like to go down to the hallway and see what's there.
I can sneak down there.
Okay.
I share that opinion, by the way.
that everybody likes using the back door.
Yes, I like using the back door. Very, very much so.
We're going for single entendres tonight, I see. Not that I want to talk, but you know.
Keep it simple.
No.
Well,
I am the lady man, and I think you should put it in her butt.
Before you disappear, my my next question was: are we going to let you sneak off by yourself? Is that what we're doing?
I'll follow him.
Oh, thank you.
I'm worried about you following him because, you know, you're kind of squishy.
Okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
She has that rat smashing pipe.
My
Rat pipe.
smash pipe. Yep.
as well as the giant
I can
two-handed
take-
battle axe.
I just
Yeah.
take the eye patch off and I can see in the dark.
Probably move over here, you know, a little bit of protection in case somebody does come through the door, but close enough to defend if need be.
Okay. Well, Tormac, it's dark.
Can I hear anything?
No, you can't hear anything.
You need a light?
Well,
Have a
yeah,
glowy-
Given that the people with the lights are all the way over
Can-
here, and
Yeah.
Tormac is, you know, kind of all
So,
the way over
can-
here.
can either of you do your Wuju thing and provide me with some kind of light?
I could be with you. I don't know about a Wuji thing.
And light them on fire.
Woo! Fire! Fire!
Burn, baby, burn.
Just
So I've got my shield out in front of me, and I'm, you know, shining light down the hallway. Woo!
How far did I say that light went? Or did I?
All the way.
Direct. It was pretty strong in the direction. We didn't say.
You did. I think we talked about it, but
Dude, behind the shield. Okay, wait. Let me back up a little bit. There we go.
That. For that, I really should do something horrible to you.
I do it to myself. It's fine.
Alright, so this looks like it's kind of an entryway, kind of a waiting room, I suppose. You can see the remains of some chairs and the like. There's a central pillar in the room that's been covered in bas-reliefs of various clan histories, and there is a door on the right hallway. There is not one on the left.
I'm gonna take up position around the corner here, just to see, in case something comes from that direction.
I follow and peek around the corner.
Doesn't seem to be anything over there. Given the angle, though, it's difficult to really tell.
I motion to Lana to come forward a little bit. And I peek around the corner some more.
Giving your light source, you still can't really see a lot more.
Can I hear anything?
Give me a perception check.
Apparently not.
No, you're too busy kind of.
I just coughed real loud.
No, you're shuffling your ass around in your pants, so Delana will be very impressed. And you're too busy kind of thinking about, well, if I have my right leg up here and I flex my left, it'll be that much more spectacular. And you're not really paying attention to what's ahead.
She should roll to see if it's effective.
No, I don't think so.
Can I slide down to the right side, the east side, and see what I can't find?
Yeah. This door looks fairly new. It is reinforced not dissimilarly from the The one to the east, from back in the other room. It's banded iron around heavy wood. It is locked.
Have a doorknob. Peepholes.
Yes. Yes, it does. This looks like a standard door.
Can we see and/or hear anything through the people, gentlemen?
Yeah, I want to take my chances on listening at the door.
Okay. Roll for it, Cinder.
Okay.
You don't hear anything. There is a light from under the door, but you don't hear anything.
Okay.
Right.
I motion Cinder out of the way and crouch down and place my ear against it and see if I can hear anything. I'm sorry, what?
I said I'll allow it.
Okay.
Jesus. It's very faint, but it sounds like there are a couple people talking.
So we know that in the living quarters area, people are living in their quarters. Should we continue down the hallway?
We should probably wave Bryn on.
Yeah.
Brent's hanging out towards the back.
And he just runs up.
You waved me on,
Yeah.
so I came into the room.
Hustling.
I go over to Bryn and
Does this
tell
look
him
familiar, Brent?
that faintly I can hear people behind this door as well. And I point to the hallway that continues south.
Bryn, looking around here, this is kind of where the person in charge was usually staying. The mine foreman, typically, or the family representative, if there was one in residence.
Mm-hmm.
Bryn, do you remember what's further to the south?
I don't specifically. We may have met the foreman once many years ago, but this is all living chambers, though, as far as I can remember.
So the first door we came across, it did have a handle, but it was definitely locked.
Yeah, it wasn't something that could just be pushed open.
This door here, does it have a handle? You said it's a normal door?
Yes, it's a normal door.
But it's reinforced.
Yes.
And it is also locked.
I didn't check.
He said it was
Check.
locked.
You guys didn't check.
Oh, because you said it was locked.
Did I?
You did?
Yeah, that's right. In this case, yes, I did. It is locked from the inside. Normally, I don't like to tell you guys whether it's locked or not because I like to make you decide for 5 minutes whether it's locked or not, or whether you smash in the door before checking to see if it's actually open. Because that's hilarious.
I love smashing into doors.
It's still one of my favorite scenes. All right, we're gonna try to break down the door. We're gonna do all this stuff. Try just opening it.
Nope. I want to be an E.
That was fun.
What's the point of having a smashy pipe if you don't smash everything?
Why do you smash other people with it?
But sometimes I can't smash other people. I have to smash doors.
Given your roles, yes, you have a problem with smashing.
I'm always smashing doors.
So,
Alright, so this is a locked door.
do we want to continue south?
That's my vote.
Bryn?
Sure. At this point, your
Okay.
guess is as good as mine.
Any objections?
None for me.
Okay.
I'm going to lead the way with my light-bringing shield. As Tormek runs around me in front of my light.
I'm anxious.
Come on, play. That's what he usually
Definitely trying to make a point.
Maybe he just likes to make Tormac-shaped shadow puppets.
I'm quite talented at that.
Hallway seems to be empty.
There's nothing down here.
It opens up
And-
to another hallway. I think we've danced far.
It's the hallway that never ends.
No, it definitively ends down to the south. Over to the right, there is a door. This one's not only a regular door, but it looks like it's been boarded up more or less. A whole bunch of metallic crap and scrap wood has been hammered into it. It's very weird looking. It's like someone tried to board up the door without really quite knowing what to do or having the right materials to do it. But it doesn't look like it's openable. You think that it does have a lock and a handle, but it's been kind of covered up by all this crap.
Do we have any sense of where we are in relation to where we've been?
Yes, over to the left is where you killed the wood.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Somebody was sprinkling.
So yes, it's over to the left is pretty much where you started the session.
Okay. And we're pretty confident of that.
Yeah, pretty confident.
Is there?
You've taken, you're on the verge of taking 3 rights. It's not unreasonable to think that you might be back where you started or close to it.
Is there a door to now right that would lead into that big room?
Yes. Well, no, there's not a door. That's just an empty hallway.
Okay.
So to the east, there's just empty hallway so far we can tell.
No, to the east is where the door is. The semi-boarded up door.
Okay.
To the west is an empty hallway that leads you back to the room you started in.
And I'm interested in the door. So
Me too.
I want to go over to it and kind of poke around and see if I can find a lock or a handle.
Hear anything?
And also see if I can hear anyone behind it or see if it's been opened recently and whatnot.
Alright, give me a perception check. Give me your infiltrator in this case. I think it's going to really narrow.
Infiltrator will take 1 away from that, so 25.
It certainly hasn't been open for a while. The renovation, so to speak, to the door, where all the crap that's been nailed to it, and it's been nailed to the surrounding frame and all that other stuff. That's recent. That's definitely recent. The door did not originally come installed like this, but probably in the last, given the dust on the ground and the wood shavings and all that other stuff, probably in the last 3 or 4 days at most.
Is there any sounds?
You can't actually really get close enough to listen at it very well. It's all it's jagged. There's stuff poking out all over. You think if you got close enough that you could listen at it, you might, stick your head in against a nail or something that's sticking out.
Cinder.
Is it just random junk, or does it look like there's some kind of a pattern, or if these things are...
It's random junk, but you can tell that they're basically trying to... whatever they're doing, they're trying to make sure nobody can come in this way.
Or get out that way.
Whether they had a key or not.
So we can either try to tear this stuff down and see where the door goes, or we can try one of the other ones.
Well, there's 2 things that could be going on here. They could be trying to keep people out from rescuing prisoners, or there could be something on the other side of the door that they don't want him coming out. We're kind of here to look for prisoners, so I'm up with trying the door. Trying to get it open. Anybody else have any opinions?
I'm sorry, I missed that last bit.
I'm up for trying to tear down the door.
I pick up Nika and throw her at it.
But what if I fall on nails?
So I wave Cinder over and show him, and tell him we need to try to get through this stuff to see what's behind this door, but we need to do it as quietly as we can. And I wink at him.
God damn it.
Quietly.
Do you wink quietly, or you say quietly while winking?
I say quietly.
I wave Bryn over.
As opposed to the normal times where Tormac winks, where he has to verbally add a ching.
And then people die.
When I wink, I just say wink.
Wink.
And then there's some J.J. Abrams lens flare, too.
Flare.
And then of course there's the well-known greeting, the Jim winks.
Jim winks, yeah. so Cinder has waved me over, and I just kind of look at him.
Yeah.
I indicate the door and whisper to him.
There's a door back there.
Not me, burrito. And actually kind of look at Delana as well. The two of you in your, as a forge master and a blacksmith, any clue as to how best might be able to get through this hodgepodge armoring?
Before we try it, I just did think of something. Bryn, are you familiar with this area and what might be behind the door? Again, being the resident expert.
Or at least former resident.
Exactly.
I don't have any particular sense of what's over here now.
Okay.
Or debris and nails.
Do we have any heat source to melt the metal? The only thing I could think of.
What
You don't
good
think
is
you have
a
anything strong? You're pretty sure you don't have anything strong enough to melt metal with you.
I didn't think so.
what good is a giant metal man if he can't rip through this stuff?
That's what I want to know. At least he won't get hurt, right?
Hey, I am more than happy to start ripping and tearing. I just want to do it in the most common sense way possible. We
So
have
we-
to have at least one armorer with us, and a forge master.
So this is metal that's been.
It's
Is
not
it
just metal.
or-
The metal is part of it, but there's also wood.
How is it attached to the door frame or to the door?
In a lot of cases, it looks like it's been nailed, or it's been otherwise screwed in.
So do we have something that can remove the nails quietly?
Removing them quietly would be difficult. You have things that could remove them, but there isn't exactly an industry standard for removing them quietly.
The other option right now, since it is a wooden door, is light a fire. And here's one just for fun. Light a fire, and then go back all the way down the hall and hide on the other side.
If there's someone on the other side that we're here to quote unquote rescue, though, could that not be dangerous for them?
Well, if we're here to rescue them, then I don't think they'd be kept behind the armored door where the armor is on the outside. Armor for captives is normally on the inside. And if they're not necessarily nice people, then it'll confuse the hell out of them when, hey, our door is on fire. Well, somebody's burning through. Open the door. Nobody's there.
I have a question. If this hallway to the left over here goes back into the room where we were with all the Voidbringers, can we just bop over and see if the dude we knocked unconscious is awake and see if he can help us figure out how to get through that door?
Yeah, if you want to.
Just an idea. Since we're right there, we don't have to go all the way back around.
So let's introduce the guy we knocked unconscious that has the weird eye thing going on to the stuff that we're not quite sure is lurking behind this door.
Hey, nobody else is doing anything either. It was just an idea. I'll just stand over here behind you and try flexing my own ass the way you do.
It takes a lot of practice.
I've got time.
12-hour practices every day.
Do we
That's
have
what I'm
any
doing right now.
sense of? Do we have any sense of anything other than the obvious? Any indication? You know, when we had the Voidbringers before, we felt kind of queasy or anything like that. Is there anything like that going on?
No. That feeling's kind of diminished since you killed him, at least at the moment. You still do get the same sense of environmental, like I was describing before, that it feels more humid and more hot than it otherwise should, given how long this place has been abandoned. Even if it's been in use, the humidity is really kind of odd.
Alright, I look at him. I'm growing a little bit impatient, guys. Decision needs to be made, or I'm breaking the door down heavy style.
Break it down.
Do we have something that can light the door on fire? I mean,
Oh yeah, you
I'm
can
carrying
definitely-
a torch.
that idea has merit.
Do we already have fire?
Yes.
Let's light it
Knowing
up.
you guys, you've had fire for a long time.
Aaron is someone whose culture survives underground and who builds buildings and stuff underground. What do I think the danger of lighting this door on fire is underground or in these tunnels? Is there enough air draft that we won't choke ourselves out?
It's difficult to say. You probably won't, especially given that you are on the top level, and it's more immediately close to any vents or anything else that would carry the air outside. But the smoke is definitely the biggest factor. Even if it doesn't, kill you, it's probably going to be heavy. It's going to be an environmental hazard.
So I caution the others that although we could light it on fire, the smoke may catch up with us fast and may make things more difficult.
I look at him a little bit odd. What do you mean?
Even you need to see.
So as a character, I'm not sure I think it's a good idea. As a player, I think it's hilarious.
I encourage anything with fire, mostly because I know how well it can backfire.
All right. So, anybody have a hammer? I forget.
Bryn does actually.
I do have a hammer, not a claw hammer, but yeah.
Do we want to break down the door?
What do I have? Yeah, I've got a hammer. How about me and you, Bryn?
You got metal fists too, so.
That's true. I'm gonna come over.
All right, let's
I'm gonna come
Play
behind
bowling,
the
right?
guys and pull out my bow, in case something comes through the door.
Okay. You guys are gonna tear open that door, come hell or high water. Okay.
Let's knock hello.
In that case, let's take a break,
Okay.
Okay.
and we'll come back. I will need skill checks when we get back, but yeah, let's get a break.
Okay.
How long?
Just make it like a few minutes.
Because the dog still needs to do other businesses.
Yeah. Call it 5 minutes. Be back in 5 minutes. If everybody's back earlier, all the better. So.
Be right back.
Be right back. Yes, do you want to join me for the game? Fine.
I'm back.
Okay. Most people aren't, so we're not.
I never left.
I feel like that's what happens with you between sessions. Like you're just still here.
I just wait.
You just wait
I'm lying and wait.
because you believe in me.
I do. That's what keeps me going.
Where's my phone?
Oh, that was so fun.
Oh. Oh, my battery's low. Yay!
Yay!
Where's my thingamajigger?
Oh.
What?
You got excited when you said thingamajigger.
If you can't find your thingamajigger, I can lend you mine.
Gee, thank you. That's so nice of you. Seeing how you don't know what I'm going to do with it, that's especially brave.
I think that's the allure of it.
Everyone go to sleep.
Woo!
Whoa.
I'm going to drop it.
There's an
Talking
interesting.
about you make that kind of sound. I wonder.
There we go.
There's an interesting effect going on, Aaron, with your 13th age book in the background.
Oh,
It's kind of pulsating on my.
oh yeah,
feed.
because the light from the fan.
Oh, you got a ceiling fan on? Is that what it is?
And it's really fan on.
You should have denied that and told it was just him.
It's just me.
What, did you not get the Magical Necronomicon powered 13th age book?
No, mine doesn't. I didn't back that edition.
You'd think it would be the special edition that I've got that would pulse and such. Alas.
It's powered by Heinsu's soul.
It's powered by the soul of Terry Gygax.
Who?
It sounded like you said Terry guy. Yeah.
Terry Gygax, his cousin.
His little known younger brother.
It was during the third season of D&D where he there was a wage dispute and his cousin came in to replace him.
Wow. A Dukes of Hazzard reference. I don't know what's worse, that you made it or that I get it.
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Make me feel old, kiddo.
Yep,
Which is ironic considering I'm one of the younger people here.
it is ironic.
Ooh, that is too cute.
Thank you.
Oh wait.
Damn it.
No. There you are. Okay.
Here I am.
Sounded like you were going for a GLaDOS thing there, kiddo. Or no, not a GLaDOS, but a turret.
Yes.
That sounds like something I would say.
Are you still there?
Alright, do we have everybody here?
Mentally, physically, or emotionally?
Yes.
No.
You can only get 2 of 3.
Exactly.
That's okay, I've got a dog here to make up for whatever it is you're lacking.
You have a what?
I have a dog.
Listen, you don't have to be quite. Never mind.
We're dog sitting, so the dog has decided to come visit.
Ah, free
Hi,
dog.
dog.
No, not visit me. It's come to visit my bed. I'm the less interesting of the two, apparently. Okay. So I believe we're all here in one form or another. And so we shall continue. So, whoever is working on things, who's going to be the primary person breaking this door?
Cloth, left behind.
I don't know what that means.
So Cinder.
It's German.
I don't know what he's talking about either, but the fact that he spoke up indicates that,
Let's say Cinder's taking the lead.
Okay. So those of you who are helping him, up to 2 of you, go ahead and roll me a skill check.
Okay.
Plus strength or constitution.
Am I rolling this as well?
No, you're not rolling anything yet. You will be, but not yet.
15.
15. All right. Now, Cinder, go ahead and roll whatever it is you're doing to break through this door.
Okay.
Cinder glares at the door menacingly.
Roll.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Oh,
Oh no. Door.
Sorry, that was my wrong button.
I was gonna say that doesn't seem right.
Apparently, I'm already ready for battle.
You really do a lot better. I was gonna say add a +2 to it, but I don't think that really matters.
Where are all these 2s coming from?
You all have failed dice rolling 101, which usually I'm okay with, but in this case it's kind of a pain in the ass. So this door, for whatever reason, you're not sure if maybe they've got crap set up on it on the other side, or what it is, but yeah, you don't think you're getting through this. Not very easily, not for a while.
We can go knock on these other doors and see if they'll help us beat this one down.
that's a good idea.
Cinder, I think this door has bested us.
God damn it, child.
Door wins. Fatality.
Do we hear anything on the other side?
Yeah, you can hear yelling now, actually.
Of course we can.
Perhaps we should run.
It sounds like you can't make out what they're saying, but you can make out that it's from the cadence and the parking and the volume. It sounds like somebody's yelling orders at other people.
I look over at Bran. Think we got their attention?
Almost certainly.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to try to break in again, or are you going to go and do something else?
Would it not be prudent to, if we know they're going to come out, if we don't think they can come out this way, wait till they come to us?
That probably would be at least.
Because we're in a decent position here.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I don't like giving up on things.
Keep wailing on it, Cinder.
If you're willing to give it a second shot.
Put the metal to the metal.
Who else is up by the up by the door?
It's Tarmac and Brenner up by the door.
I for some reason thought that Delana was helping tear the thing down.
No, I said only 2 of you.
Yeah, Delana.
I didn't help.
Ready to fight whatever. Yeah, I've taken up a defensive stance with Bo, getting ready to shoot at whatever comes to the door. So that was my concept, that the rest of us who aren't attacking the door might want to take up defensive position.
And Nolka stands in the middle of the hallway.
I'm over by the side of the hallway. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
leaning against the wall, watching you fools try to knock the door down.
Are we going to let Cinder's stubbornness dictate that we, do we want to keep working on the door, or do we want to wait for them to come out? Are we going to take a vote?
You
I mean,
know
if
where
we're
my
just
vote
hanging
lies.
out in the hallway waiting, he might as well keep trying to knock the door down. Otherwise, we're just standing here.
Okay.
I think
like
Cinder's
to be
voting with his
proactive
fist.
in my breaking and enterings.
Right, since obviously you want that arm out. Let's do that.
Go for it, guys. As he gets up and leaves.
All right. If Tormac and Bryn are helping again, go ahead and roll it.
Not everybody at once, please.
Would you say level plus strength or con?
It's a perception check. It's the same as any other skill check. Why are you going to have to write down what makes up a skill check after all this time?
Yes. Just because it's amusing.
Well, I know Brandy never gets the skill checks right, but
I'm confused.
all right, 19. All right, Cinder, go ahead and roll to see if you can open the door. Can you wait till I finish talking before you roll? In this case, since you're so eager to get out of it, you will not get the bonus from the help that they were going to give you.
Sorry, I'm not trying to get ahead of you, but I am trying to deal with a squirming, screaming baby, so I only have limited amounts of time to be able to put in commands.
I'd still rather you err on the side of waiting for me to finish.
Alright, I apologize.
So you're making headway in breaking this thing. Big chunks of it are being ripped out, not enough to see through the door, but you're kind of getting toward the point where it's actually kind of resembles a door. And but you still got a little ways to go. From around the corner, you hear footsteps. You look to the north, and you see dwarves. A couple with crossbows, wearing armor. The other seem to be having glowing hands, and they're pointing all right at you, but they have not fired or attacked.
We have a dwarf too. I push him up front.
Before Bryn can even get over there, you hear them call down the hall. Identify yourselves.
I push Bryn a little more.
I say, I am Bryn Mawr, former owner of this holding. At least my family is. Who are you? Identify yourselves.
Bryn, give me a perception check.
31.
They look kind of back and forth at each other like that. The name is not unfamiliar to them. You're not sure whether it's your name or whether it's your clan name, but they look back and forth at each other like kind of like an oh shit moment. And they, after a moment, one of them answers. He looks like he's listening. He's thinking for a bit, and then he slowly lowers his crossbow and says, "I'm not going to answer that, but I'll take you to one who will. Put your weapons away and follow us."
What's behind door number 2?
We don't know. It's probably locked too.
I look around at the group and I sort of make the the weapons down motion, my hand.
I very reluctantly put my bow down.
Yeah. I'm not real happy about my hammer going away, but I do it.
While nonchalantly loosening my sheath.
He didn't. They didn't say to get rid of your weapons. Just put them away.
I will start moving towards them.
All right.
I'll follow closely behind.
They very clearly look wary and kind of reluctant. That they don't like this at all. But you get up closer to them, and they move back into this area. And you guys go ahead and move.
Okay.
Following them.
Hands are busy at the moment.
And the rest of you?
I'll actually pull out into the center here and lead the way.
All right. They take out a key, unlock this door, and step through.
You see, so much easier and so much less fun than our way.
Well, we just had a knock.
Apparently. With hammers.
Yes, very. This hallway looks like it's a. Looks like it used to hold art and other trophies and that sort of thing. It looks like you can see spaces on the wall where it's been discolored for like paintings, tapestries. There are plinths that clearly used to hold something or another. You can look down to the south, and this is kind of the. I can't think of any better way to put it than this is kind of the master bedroom of the place. This is like I told Brent earlier, that this is where the people who were in charge were staying. This is the big area, the most comfortable area. Even though it's largely been stripped of what it used to have, this is the only place that you've seen so far that actually has carpeting or rugs in any case. Put that away. There we go. Did I actually uncover everything? Yes, I did. Okay. And you can see that there are some more dwarves in there. And they, as you guys get farther down, one of the person who talked to you earlier calls down the hallway and says, "No,
Sorry.
no."
He said as we move further down the hall.
Yeah, as he moves further down the hall, he calls out and says, "Boss, I think we got somebody you're gonna need to talk to." And now you may.
Okay.
I look at Bren. If we have to wrangle any more of your kin, I'm going to be a little bit peevish.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick back a little bit just in case, Seeing as how two of them seem to be staying behind us to begin with.
Yeah, they are.
Not surprising. I will step confidently into the chamber ahead of us.
I'm not far behind him.
So the guy who's been talking to you this whole time, he comes up and he whispers to a rather corpulent dwarf. He's wearing armor, but this armor is kind of straining at the seams. It was designed for somebody about 3 sizes smaller than he was. It's very richly appointed armor. It's very fancy. And if it weren't dwarven armor, that would mean that it was probably really shit armor. But in this case, it's still relatively high quality. He listens to what what the other dwarf tells him, and then the other guy, then he shoos him away. He says, "So, you're from the clan Mar, aren't you?"
I am. Bryn.
What brings you back here?
This holding was in my family. I figured it was time I revisited it.
Roll a deception kind of check.
Okay.
Plus charisma, obviously. Treasure hunter, I would imagine.
Treasure hunter, yeah.
Jeez, guy.
He smirks and looks at you and says, let's keep it to the truth, shall we? What are you doing here, Master Mar? Yes, we will.
Okay.
Single session, not double.
Oh, because I don't have to be anywhere the next day.
Yeah, no, I know. But I have to be somewhere in the afternoon, so.
Yeah, and that's right. Gordon does too. Y'all and your family shit. Sorry, go ahead. We were playing.
So you have been totally caught. If not exactly lying, but not exactly telling the truth there, Bryn.
Mm-hmm. Well, before I answer your question, I'm at least entitled to an introduction. You haven't told me your name.
He thinks about it. Says, all right, that's fair enough. Given how things are going in here, we might not be alive long enough for you to tell anybody. So, my name is Deland of the clan Ambershard.
Ambershard. Am I familiar with Durlan's name?
By the mercenary.
Sorry, you cut out. What was that again?
Yeah, sorry. It took a long time for the mic to register. Yes, he is the one you were talking that when you met that mercenary who was running with Amata. He is the one who was mentioned, who was in charge of this place.
Well, truth be told, sir, we ran into one of your mercenaries on the road. We were near
did
Forge.
you now? And
he was being chased.
And he looks kind of. He looks simultaneously deflated and frustrated about that, saying, "Those goddamn mercenaries. Should have never hired him on, but who knows what might have happened if they hadn't been here." All right. So what did our friend the mercenary tell you about what's going on here?
He didn't have much to offer. He seemed to be fleeing for his life. Some type of automatons were chasing him. That.
Yeah, he was the lucky one, I guess. The rest of us have been trapped in here for days. I wonder, how did you get in here? Surely the lower level is just crawling with those damn things.
Well, like I said, I'm relatively familiar with this place. We came in through the emergency tunnels.
I should have guessed. But I guess a scion of the clan Mar would know more about this place than we would. So tell me, what really brings you here?
I assume you are familiar with my sister, Rionwyn.
I haven't met her acquaintance, but I'm familiar with her.
Well, as you might imagine, she's interested in how things are progressing here.
How is that so?
I get the impression that things aren't going well.
I'll roll me another deception check.
Okay. Come on!
Wow.
I said it before, but I think I should reiterate, Master Mar, that you should probably stick to the truth.
Very well, Derlon, I'll be straight with you. My sister is dead.
I wish I could say I was surprised at that, but we live and we work in a dangerous business.
I suppose so. I am under the impression that she was keeping prisoners here.
You wouldn't be mistaken about that, no.
Considering her untimely passing, we've come here to release those prisoners.
Oh, is that so?
It is.
Well, then it seems you have a need, and I have a need. Perhaps we can come to an arrangement.
What kind of arrangement?
You see, it's like this. A few days ago, this tiefling person came. I'm not sure how he knew we were here, but he knew he had somebody here he wanted to talk to. He wanted to talk to that traitorous, bloodthirsty wretch, Mogor. And that's when everything went to the Nine Hells. That's when everything went badly. I want out of this place, but I just can't leave, or, well, let's just say the Amber Shards would not look upon this sort of failure lightly. I need Mogor and all of his brethren dead. I think you will find that most of the prisoners are now solidly on Mogor's side. I'm sure at this point you've run into some of those purple-eyed bastards.
We have.
And you've already said that you ran into the automata who've been... I don't know what they've done to them, but we never got them working until that tiefling showed up. What was his... Yenian, I think his name was. I only spoke with him a couple of times, but whatever the case was, everything changed then, and I cannot flee this place empty-handed. I need to make sure that whoever has the instigator of this disaster has at least paid for it with their lives. So I'll tell you this. What prisoners we still have control over, the hostages, the more valuable prisoners that we've taken, I will release into your custody if you bring me back Mogor's head. And if you happen to find that tiefling with him, I'll even throw in a little extra your way.
I'm wondering what our impetus is to do business with an Amber Shard, since your kin have not been doing us a whole lot of kindness recently.
That's very simple. You see that without me, without what I know, you will never see those prisoners alive.
That sounded like a threat.
Your call, Bryn.
Oh, it's not a threat. It's merely a promise. Let's just say that at the moment, their well-being depends on my well-being.
And assuming we help you here, Durlan, and you escape this place, will you continue to pursue whatever avenues you were pursuing here?
I'm not in a position to say what I will be doing next. I will need to consult the clan leaders as to what will happen next. But given my druthers, no. I think after this particular experience, I would rather stay in Forge and open up a small business for myself. It seems somewhat safer than dealing with whatever those purple-eyed things are, or the constructs gone mad
Perhaps that is best.
So do we have an accord then? Bring me Mogor's head, and I will release the prisoners into your custody.
What? You
And
have it.
will... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish.
And then we will walk our separate paths, and God's willing, never lay eyes on one another again.
I can be amenable to that arrangement.
And
I look at Tormak and Cinder, trying to get like sort of a nod out of them that it's a go.
Yeah, I give an approving nod.
all right, then we will. I think, given the extreme circumstances, I think it warrants a powerful oath on both of our parts. And he takes out his dagger, cuts his hand, and offers to shake it with you.
That seems dubious.
It's an ancient dwarven tradition. It means that if you break the oath, you're at least for temporarily breaking somebody who shares your blood.
I step forward and I don't have a knife, but
You should have a knife. Everybody should have a knife, if only for eating.
fair enough.
I step forward and offer Brent a dagger. But not the Nocturne, because I don't want him to be sad.
Not the Nocturne. I'm a little hesitant because, like, I am still sort of a scholar, but I do know the value of this ritual, so I slice my hand and offer it forward to shake. I cannot speak for the my companions, but you have my oath.
I look at one of the little guard guys that he's got and just kind of mutter at him, just as a point of interest, if he does go into business, make sure he changes his last name.
Actually, you don't know what his last name is.
Ambershard?
You don't know that.
No.
On a metagaming scale, it's not.
Oh, I thought that he had said Ambershard at the beginning of this. I'm sorry.
Part of the clan Ambershard, but that doesn't mean it's his family name.
Oh, okay.
It gets confusing.
In Bryn's case, it is his family and clan name, but he's a part of the clan without being part of the Ambershard family.
Okay.
But then again, you don't know that on a meta scale. Very well then, I will tell you what I know. I do know that the ground floor is, or perhaps was, covered in constructs and the I don't know what they did. Some of those purple-eyed things used to be very loyal, very... Whatever they did to them, whatever those things are now, they were on the ground floor. I know that Mogor and his cohorts made their lair in the mines below. And I assume at this point that that's where you'll be able to find them.
And Venyr, is he there with him?
I'm sorry, what was that?
And is Venyr there with him? The
Yin. I'll spell it for him.
Oh, so yeah, I can't read my own writing. Yin. I thought it was Venyr, I don't know why.
Yeah, just...
Is Venyr down there with him?
I didn't. Oh, okay.
Has it clued in, Delana, or no?
I'm not. Yeah, there was a feature involved there that I was not realizing was what it was. That name, it sounds familiar. What was it again?
Oh, you mean that redskin bastard? That was Yenian, I think you said he was. I'm not sure I caught a last name. He looks at any of the others around him, and he looks at it. And says, you hear anything about that? And one of them speaks up, and he says, I guess Yenian Bone something. I don't remember. Yeah, something bone something. Oh, look, I didn't have anything to do with the guy. I just escorted him in, and that was it. Why, you know this guy?
It's very interesting, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, I guess. All right.
I signal to who signal to the guys up ahead that we need to come back and discuss. Though not too harsh, not obviously, because I know that we'll be discussing our plan of action as soon as we get free.
Well, if that's all, then I think you should be on your way. If you're not back, if you're not back in, I don't know, say 24 hours, I'm gonna assume you're dead. If you're lucky, you'll be dead.
Have you scouted around? Do you know what numbers we face?
It's hard to say. Look, there were like maybe 30 of us in here. Then the mercenaries came in, and I think Mogor had some people that he snuck in too. So I don't know. I guess it depends on how many you killed already and how many are already dead. So could be anywhere from, I don't know, 20, 30 to 50 or more.
And the living prisoners, the ones that haven't been taken over or whatever, are you keeping them on this level or below?
They're on this level.
And you will surrender them to us if we return with Mogor and Yinyan's head?
I gave you my oath. I will surrender them to you and walk away.
Didn't expect too much more from Amber Shard, but we'll take what we can get. I really need to turn that off.
I will keep you to your oath, Durland.
I will hold to it. If I can get out of this place in one piece, I'll be happy to.
I turn and start walking away.
Okay. And the dwarves back here step aside, or at least they will as soon as I actually select the right tool on Roll20.
And so I start moving, basically making my way back towards the northwest section of the complex.
Okay.
As he runs over, try to flag him down.
Don't worry, I'm not running. I'm walking with purpose, but not speeding along.
Zoom.
Just moving away from them quickly enough, just so that we can talk. But
meanwhile, Matt's hanging around with him. He's trying to show them his ass, see if they'll respond positively to it.
Did it work?
No, I'm afraid not. They are not the
Oh.
ass connoisseur that you need.
Need. That's true.
They are plebeian.
Debian?
Yes. So, I assume all of you are going to go over to.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
are they really waiting for them? Slowpoke?
I will move you over.
Delano, there seemed to be a flash of recognition when he mentioned the tiefling. Is there anything that you know that could help us?
What do I
Not
know?
to pry.
Yes, I've heard that name before.
If you're asking me what you know about him, you've already given me what you know about him.
Excellent! Great!
Did you want me to link you again?
Hold on. I didn't see anything about that there, but let me take a look. Because, you know, you can only memorize it so many times.
Fair enough.
Yes, let me think. That name does sound familiar. Oh my god, I can't brain today. I have the dumb. And my computer is even dumber.
Yeah, we'll be done pretty shortly. Let's see. We'll work there. Actually, let's go ahead and stop for right now. That way, Brandy, you can refresh yourself between sessions.
Thank you.
Because we weren't going to go very far after that anyway. Let's see. Did everybody take their incremental advance from last session?
I don't think so.
I can't remember. I know some of you left before I told you to take it. I just can't remember which ones.
I took mine.
I have as well.
So
I don't remember. Let me look and see my sheet.
Wednesday or
You
from
don't have to right now. You don't have to decide right now. I'm just reminding those of you who might have left early that you should take. You should have an incremental advance.
I've taken one. Has there only been one since we started
Yes,
this level?
there's only been one.
Okay, then yeah, I took a HP. I think you've already given it to me.
What about you, Bella? Did you take yours?
Since what, last Wednesday?
Yeah.
No, because I was not here last Wednesday.
Well, no, not last session, which was two Wednesdays ago.
No, I didn't realize we got one.
Yes. So you're the one that bailed early.
Yeah.
And didn't you? So all right. So you get an incremental advance.
Okay.
Anybody else who didn't, now you know. Have it before next session. It'll be fun.
Okay.
I assume we're going to be on the normal schedule 2 weeks from now, unless there's objections or strong desire to play next week.
No objections.
No objections. 2 weeks from now.
Should be fine.
Okay, so 2 weeks from now will be, let's see, the 4th of June. I will make the event is for the usual, and that seems about it in terms of business to take care of. We'll go ahead and end the broadcast so everybody say goodbye to our viewers.
Bye, viewers.
Bye, viewers.
Bye.
Bye, viewers.